Hi, Catalina here today. Today is October 17th. I am making this video because we have 13 short days till the time to apply to temporary expanded public service loan forgiveness is done and over with. And it's one of the most generous relief programs out there, and I cannot emphasize enough the importance of applying. So this video today will be talking about what is the difference between public service loan forgiveness and the temporary expanded relief. I will go over line by line what are the differences. I will also go over the question of do forbearance periods people were in, when do those count for the temporary expanded relief? And then lastly, I'm going to go over some of the differences between the programs to drive home the importance of applying in the 13 days we have. When does consolidation apply? What are the actions you need to take? And what are the benefits that you can reap and achieve? They're huge. So first and foremost, I also got a question of what's the differences between the applications. So I'm going to answer all those questions in this video. This week I'm making multiple videos because there's so many key important information that consumers and borrowers need to get before October 31st. So I'm making my conscientious effort to put it out there. In fact, today I just filmed a video on the 10 to 20K of relief. So I hope you check that out as well. Please share, like, and subscribe to my content. I'm not very good at self-promoting usually, but if you know people who can benefit from this content, why not share it with them and let them know about these programs in which they can benefit from. The numbers have been coming in, and the number of minority borrowers applying for temporary expanded relief is low. So I'm trying to get the word out there and trying to push as many people to apply ASAP because I don't want it so that only a specific subsegment of Americans benefit from this when minority Americans can use this, if not even more, right? So I just want to get the word out there. Please share it. Please get this word out there so we can get more people applying and benefit from one of the most generous relief programs out there. So let's start. I'm going to screen share here so we can talk about the key difference between the programs. So first and foremost, I am sharing the government website. So this is coming from a reputable source. This is not some news site or something. So let's talk about the differences between the program. I'm sorry, you hear my dog in the background. First and foremost, the normal PSLF program only counted direct loans. The temporary expanded program will include FFEL and Perkins loans. That's huge, and that's a huge difference because before you had to consolidate into direct loans before it would count. Now they're going to count all the loans. Before you had to be in a standard or an income-driven plan. Now they will let any plan count. That's also very generous. Before you only can make on-time payments to count. Now you could even have made late payments and you could have been in forbearance. They will still count it, right? Before you had to consolidate. Now they will count periods of repayment before consolidation, although you still have to consolidate for temporary expanded relief. Do not get me wrong on that. The process is 2 to 3 months. I would get started right now. Okay, that's very important. Before, you must have worked for a qualified employer at the time of application and forgiveness. Now you can get forgiveness even if you're not employed or employed by a qualifying employer at the time of application. That's huge. So let's say you spent a lot of months working in public service, even though it wasn't all 10 years, and you get all these additional payments counted. You can get relief even though you're not working for a nonprofit. Now, that's why I'm telling people, even if you don't work for a nonprofit now, apply, because you want as many months counted as possible because it is one of the most generously funded relief programs we have right now, okay? Before, if you got loans counted towards teacher loan forgiveness, this did not count towards public service loan forgiveness. Now that's not the situation at all. They will count, even if you got teacher loan forgiveness, they will still count that towards PSLF. That's a huge change, and it's a very positive change, especially for teachers. And I welcome that change because teachers are often underpaid and underappreciated. My sister's a teacher. I understand what hard work goes into the profession, and it's often disrespected. So teachers, please apply for the temporary expanded relief, even if you got your teach grant and your teacher loan forgiveness, okay? Now I want to answer questions about forbearance periods and if they counted. So I had someone ask if I had 10 or 11 months of consecutive forbearance, will it count? Well, here it says 12 consecutive months or greater or 36 cumulative months that weren't connected. What I have to say is, even though they have this rule, I've seen people who had shorter periods of forbearance that got it counted. Because there's so many rules and people are examining these applications, sometimes it's hard to catch, and they're being very generous right now. So it's good to apply and try to get as many months counted, even if it's under 12 months, but the rule technically is 12 months of consecutive forbearance or 36 cumulative months, okay? Any time spent in forbearance before 2013 will also count towards loan forgiveness, and that's because when the program first came out, public service loan forgiveness first came out, the servicers were very bad at educating consumers and borrowers about the program, so people entered into forbearance and not into public service loan forgiveness with an income-driven repayment plan. So since the servicers were notoriously bad at educating people, the government is trying to correct those wrongs by allowing all that time to count towards loan forgiveness. So I must state here, because this is really, really, really important. To qualify for temporary relief, you still need to consolidate your student loans. They must be consolidated before October 31st. You must start the application. Another thing you must do is get your employers to sign the employer certification forms before the 31st of October, They must be signed before October 31st if you want to get those months by qualifying employer counted, even if you made late payments, etc., because they're counting those right now. So I'm putting this information out there because it's so vital. People are like, oh, well, I don't work for a nonprofit. Now I'm not going to apply. No, people must apply for this if they spent even a few months working for a nonprofit, because they're being so generous with this relief and expanded relief right now that it's vital to get as many months counted as possible, okay? They say, periods of default and in-school deferment do not count, but if you spent time in default during this administrative forbearance, which is March 13th of 2020 until December 31st of 2022, all that time will count towards loan forgiveness. All this time we're not paying will count towards loan forgiveness. So that's why I say file, 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 file. If you are confused about what to file, how to file, with whom, who needs to sign paperwork, what paperwork, all that information we can help you with, and we are here on standby to help you. Do not risk making mistakes right now, because there's so little time to correct them, that if you qualify for this temporary expanded relief, what you don't want to happen is they say, well, you didn't file the right forms, you didn't get the right employer signatures, you can't get those months counted. That is not a risk you want to take. So we are here on standby to help you understand what employer forms need to get signed. In fact, we will even liaise and get them signed for you in our software. So if we could be of help at all, myloansense.com. We will help you figure all of that out before we're opening extra appointments to help people right now until the 31st to make sure everyone is underway properly. I wanted to address the question of what's the difference between the forms, okay? They are the exact same forms, okay? The forms, I don't have the form here, but they're exact same forms, whether it's a temporary relief or PSLF. It's not a difference in form. They made it the same form. They added a few questions to the temporary expanded relief at the beginning of the application. A few extra questions, but it is literally the same form. It's now a matter of just, if you need to consolidate your loans, consolidating them, and who and which employers to certify. Those are things that we see consumers making the most errors on, in terms of needing to qualify employers and needing to consolidate and understanding when to consolidate. So we can help answer that if you are still unsure, even from this information. If you have anything but direct loans, they must be consolidated before the 31st. What does that application look like? It's a very long application. If it's confusing to you, hard to understand, we can help you with that. What employers to sign, we can help you with that as well. So if your employer qualifies, there's even an employer search tool you can click on right here to figure out if your employer qualifies or not. You can click search, it's right here. You have to have your employer EIN number, which is on your pay stub. Yeah, this is on your pay stub. That's how you can search them. If you're unsure, you should still, if you're unsure, it never hurts to qualify and certify them. It's better to certify them than to not have certified them, okay? But here's the search feature. It's literally right here, studentaid.gov/PSLF/employer-search tool. I will put this in the description in the event you need a search. I'm going to paste it now to put in the description. All other questions, we are on standby. I'm just going to do a really quick walkthrough on how you can get assistance from us. You're just going to go to myloansense.com right here. Here's our website. And what you're going to do is you're going to get started, or you're going to sign in. And what you're going to do is you're going to create an account, okay? Get started. And what you're going to do is you're either going to create an account or you're going to sign in with Google. I already have an account started here. So you can see kind of what the outputs are. It's making me dual authenticate here. So we do it for your protection. Let me just go ahead and sign in here so you can start to see. What's going to happen is you're going to answer about 7 questions. I've already answered them and have resulted in a screen share with a recommendation. But I'm just going to show you what you get completely for free. What's going to happen is, let me move my face. You're going to answer these questions right here. Your degree, your tax filing status, your income, your spouse's income, the number of dependents, your employer if you work for a qualifying nonprofit, and your spouse's employer if you're married, right? If you're not married, then we won't ask that. You're going to there's 2 options. You're either going to connect your loans through your loan servicer right here, which we recommend that option. I'm going to show you right here. There's a slight lag. You're just going to continue, and you're going to select, are you Navient? Are you Mohila? What option are you, right? And then what you're going to do, you can connect your loans out, or you can upload through the federal file. We recommend connecting directly. And then what's going to happen is we're going to give you a recommendation. We're very robust, as in we recommend across every loan type. And we're going to tell you the change in your monthly payment between standard and whatever application you should be filing, the amount of relief you're going to get, the amount of projected forgiveness. And you can just go ahead and enroll in this plan. Even if you're not 100% sure, there's going to be an opportunity after you pay to schedule an appointment to speak to someone. There is a paywall. The service, if you want help with consolidation, any of the enrollment pieces that we will identify here after you confirm your plans, we will help you identify if you need to consolidate or not, or if these need to remain separate. You will answer some questions. You'll click submit, but nothing is like permanently going to get submitted until you speak to someone and we confirm the information. So I just want to provide that reassurance there. We do have experts on standby to assist. So right now is a really, really vital time. If you're confused about what to be doing, you can get a completely free analysis. We don't charge for any of the education. But once you click enroll or speak to our experts that have helped many, many people enroll into all these types of different programs, that's when a fee will apply. It's $249 or 3 payments of $89. It is well worth it to eliminate the confusion, errors, in the process. I just want to, this is not meant to be an attempted sales. You can come in and get a completely free plan as well. And if you know what to do and how to proceed, we welcome that. Education is our #1 priority. And of course, if there's any questions about if you have a qualifying employer, what site to look up information on, I would say the most reliable site is studentaid.gov. Do not rely on any other site out there. I would say studentaid.gov is the authority. They're the authority, and don't just look up any site and trust that information is true unless it's studentaid.gov, because they are the authority. So this is where I said the video on find out what type of loans you have, and if you have a Pell Grant, I will, for the 10 to 20K of relief, they're reiterating it here. But anyways, there's a lot of information on this site you can go through as well. If you need our assistance, we are here. They have a whole site about learning about consolidation. You can attempt, of course, to learn all this on your own. Of course, we have helped a lot of people apply for consolidation, so we know the process, know what it takes, and can answer very personalized questions. So if you need additional answers, we're here on standby, myloansense.com. Here's our site. I previewed it. If you know anyone that can get help, please do forward, please share. And I hope this information was helpful. Have a great day.